At the same age, some people are still walking briskly, chatting lively, their memory sharper than their grandchildren's. But then there are others who are listless, quiet, forgetful. Just looking at them makes you feel tired. Why such a difference? If you look closely, you'll see this happening around you every day. There are elderly folks, well into their 70s, even close to 80, who still go grocery shopping, tend their gardens, cook and play with young grandchildren without needing any help. They smile brightly, sleep soundly, and most importantly, their memory is still clear, their minds very sharp. Right in the same neighborhood, there are people the same age, or even a few years younger, who look like they've already retreated far into old age. Weary, quiet, slow steps, eyes are unfocused. Many have almost no zest for life left, just quietly circling their homes day after day. You've probably asked yourself, clearly the same age, so why do some seem to keep their youth while others wither so quickly? Is it genetics, economic conditions, or is it their daily habits? The answer isn't in the number on your birth certificate, but in the fire within. Those who keep their energy for life tend to live long and live healthy. As for those whose fire has quietly gone out, even if they live longer, they are just existing in silence. And the important thing is we absolutely have a choice in how we live. Many people think that once you're old, you should gradually let go of emotions or physical needs. What's the point? There's nothing left to desire. Sadly, that saying sounds ordinary, but it turns out to be the thing that silently harms older people the most. In reality, not everyone gets weaker due to illness. Sometimes they weaken because they are cut off from the feeling of truly living authentically. When everything is labeled with the words, "It's over," legs are weak, no more age for fun, no more right to feel excited, no more talking about private needs, what's left inside them? We are used to living in a society where mentioning the emotions or physical needs of older people automatically leads to avoidance, embarrassment, awkwardness. Avoiding leads to silence. That silence doesn't just make older people hesitant to express themselves, but gradually makes them not want to live authentically anymore. Each day that passes, if they can no longer connect with what makes them feel alive, then even if they are still breathing, there isn't much reason to keep going. And that's the most frightening thing about getting old. Sexuality, or to put it more gently, physical pleasure or sensuality, is not something to be ashamed of. It's not a luxury just for the young either. In fact, for older people, this can be a precious medicine. Simple, natural, but the most overlooked. Science has shown very clearly, every time the body is activated by positive vibrations like emotions, touch, or even self-care, the internal hormone system starts up like a lively piece of music. Testosterone helps muscles not atrophy and strengthens bones. Oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and relaxation, calms nerves. And endorphins, the natural morphine that the body produces, helps reduce pain, sleep well, and feel upbeat. Not to mention, every time the body is awakened, blood circulates more strongly, especially to the brain and heart. This helps keep memory sharp, the mind lighter, and emotions more stable. It's no different from exercise, but it's exercise for the inside, something no kind of tonic can replace. The sad thing is that many people deny themselves the right to connect with this, simply out of fear, judgment, or thinking, what's the point of talking about that at this age? But in reality, that's exactly why they withdraw and fade faster. I understand many of you feel awkward just hearing about this. It's understandable. We grew up in a time when such things were only whispered, if not hidden. If you mentioned it, you were seen as indecent, inappropriate for your age, old and still carrying on. But it's precisely these notions that have caused countless people to live in loneliness, in silent torment, without daring to speak up. Sometimes they don't need anyone to understand, they just need to be acknowledged that they still have the right to feel, like they are alive. The truth is, everyone has their own needs, not necessarily anything grand. Sometimes just a hug, a gentle touch, a small tremor in the heart is enough to revive a quiet part of life. Taking care of your emotional and physical life is not wrong. On the contrary, it's the kindness each person should give themselves. When you know how to listen to your body, how to let it breathe, be happy, relax, it's no longer just about sex as people often think, but a way to keep the bright part of you alive, even as you age. When you allow yourself to reconnect with your body, the strange thing that happens is you start feeling like you're alive. Not just breathing, but truly living. That feeling of connecting with yourself, understanding every change, every emotion, every need. It doesn't make you young again, but it keeps you from growing old in loneliness. That's a feeling that tonics, precious ginseng, or supplements cannot provide. Many people age quickly not because they are old, but because their inner fire has gone out. They stop seeing anything worth looking forward to. Each day is just repeating waking up. Nothing makes their heart tremble a little. Just getting back a little of that feeling, even if very small, is enough to lift someone up. Just getting back a little interest in life, and the body will adjust itself. The mind will be lighter, sleep will come easier, and each day will feel longer and richer. No one else has to do anything for you. You just need to not give up on yourself too early. I'm not here to tell you what to change, and certainly not to say that everyone needs to do the same thing. Everyone has their own situation, their own limits. But if you've heard this and felt a little something resonate inside, then perhaps it's time to try living a little differently. It doesn't have to be anything too big. Just a moment each day to listen to your body. A little curiosity, a little gentleness with yourself. A light touch, a deep breath, a thought that you are still worthy of living fully. That's enough to start. We don't just need to add years to life, but add life to the years that are left. And if this can plant a small spark into your day, that's why I'm telling this story. Not to lecture, but to invite. Give yourself a chance to live again.